Hey, good morning, everyone. As titled, I'm just jumping in here to talk to you about how to train speed. Just 10 minutes or so, and how to coach speed, and tell you a little bit of stories about my journey into getting where I am now as a coach. And the thing is, for me, being fast was quite natural to me. I was always quite fast. I played on the wing. I was light. I'm very elastic in nature, and tall, and so I was just able, like, really able to produce speed. Acceleration still being one of my downfalls because of my 18-inch femurs. However, something that's a work in progress, as I move now, revolutionizing the way that I have to perform as an athlete, to go from rugby to start playing American football, which is just a whole different world in itself, from me on my journey, which is fantastic. But so when I first started coaching, and first posed the question to myself, like, how am I actually going to make other people fast? I'm fast, and I was fast before I was strong, and then I got strong, and at some point I stopped getting faster as I was strong. And so therein lies a lot of the questions, and a lot of the problems that a lot of coaches face and a lot of athletes face, where usually people will get strong and they'll get fast, and then they'll be strong and then they'll slow down, and then they'll plateau, they'll flatline. And so when we're talking about coaching speed, and training for speed, we usually start first and foremost, like, well, I need to sprint. And it's not necessarily the case. It's actually very different, because there's a huge part of teaching that needs to go into the process. And there's a huge part of learning that needs to happen, because a lot of people, if you're listening to this, if you're an S&C coach, or you're an athlete yourself, and you're probably strong, or you can lift a decent enough weight, but you're not very fast over accelerating, you're not very fast top end, you're not robust, you can't repeatedly execute high velocities. And so when we break that right back down to the beginning, first and foremost comes efficiency. We've got to learn to be efficient. We've got to learn to be um, very fluid in our movements, very economical in our movements. And that comes from very low level skill learning, extensive repetition of submaximal skills and qualities. And because that is what's going to allow learning to take place. Think about how you would train your past. Think about any, like, traditional sports skill acquisition that you go through from being a baby. It will start with so simple pop pass for rugby. There'll be a push pass, then maybe a spin pass, or a long pass. And that's the same learning and same curve of development that we need to apply when teaching and learning speed. And it starts from, the basic rhythmic movements, learning to ankle, learning to a skip effectively, learning to coordinate efficiently. And as we do that, and as we progress, we can start stacking specificity on top of that, and we can start stacking complexity. But we don't need to at the beginning. We just don't. You just don't need to. And that's where the applied side of things I love, because I don't do load velocity profiles. I don't do force velocity profiles with my athletes. It's just me. I don't have the time. I don't have a big team collecting data around me. And you know what? It doesn't make too much of a difference. What makes the difference is being able to see the movement, look at where the deficits lie, working through that coaching eye, understanding how we're loading in a long-term approach, and then move through from there. One guy came to my group that's not been here for a long time, and he came back, and one of the guys he was talking about, the blade, he was like, "You're just so fluid, you're so smooth." And he's the fastest guy that we've got, over 10, and in the early acceleration disciplines. And it is because of that. He's owned his positions, he owns his patterns, he owns his rhythm. And that's where, from the premise of how to teach speed, how to coach speed, how to train speed lies. It lies in the simple, the easy replicable, replicatable, excuse me, and in a systematic design, which is going to attribute a behavior. So hopefully that gives you some food for thought. If you like it, drop a comment, like it, tell me what you think, and I'm going to start, there's going to be a lot more of this coming your way, put it that way. So if you want to hear something from me, want to hear my thoughts, my ideas, just drop a comment, send me a message, do what you like, engage with me, because I want to hear from you, because I have some things that I really cannot wait to share with you. But first and foremost, let's keep you moving forward as a coach, as an athlete, and maybe even just a spectator. So for now, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will speak to you soon.